This podcast is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our ABCC's podcast. I have Alan with me here again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Okay, so today's topic will be on Decentraland, which is Mana, which a lot of people will know by for the crypto ticker. So before we start, maybe Alan, you can share a little bit more on what Decentraland is about.
Yeah, sure. Decentraland is the metaverse that gradually become one of the top trends under the discussion for the future. It's a shared virtual world that never sleeps. The metaverse may very well serve as a digital mirror of our real world. You can enter the metaverse as a digital avatar and explore different virtual spaces such as shopping malls or entertainment centers. Well, in Decentraland, the Decentraland metaverse has emerged as an early example of how the decentralized virtual world of metaverse would have looked like. Um, the definition of Decentraland paints it as a virtual reality platform where users can create application, new content, and experience. User could purchase virtual real estate in Decentraland with unique proof of ownership and customize them accordingly. Decentraland uses Ethereum as its foundation for ensuring security of storage of information regarding the virtual land ownership and other important information. Users could use Mana, which is a Decentraland token, for exploring new possibilities with Decentraland Metaverse, which is particularly doesn't have any limit. You can build any type of experience you want, ensure security of Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah, so I think that's um a lot of people actually think about what they can do outside of the real world. And then when metaverse was introduced, especially when Facebook came out and rebranded themselves as Meta, when that actually happened, a lot of people wanted to experience new things that they couldn't do so in real life. And that's why a metaverse such as Decentraland actually promotes such things, which I'll talk about in a little bit more later. But I also like to share a little bit more about the team at Decentraland, just a very quick one. So the founders of Decentraland are actually these two people called Esteban Odano and Ari Malik. So both of them have actually like huge amount of experience in the blockchain industry. Prior to Decentraland, they have actually launched Streamium, which is a blockchain video streaming platform. So Decentraland also has like a board of advisors, about 5 of them, if I'm not wrong, with extensive experience in blockchain as well. So all this building and all this experience behind the team actually led to their ICO's success in 2017 in August. And in fact, their ICO lasted for less than 24 hours and they raised about 25 million US dollars. At that point in time in 2017, which was 5 years ago, raising 25 million US dollars was quite a big deal, especially from the crypto point of view. So based on this, based on this ICO, the token itself, 40% of them were sold to during the ICO, and 20% was just reserved for content creators and platform developers. Another 20% was allocated to the development team as well as the early investors, and the remaining was kept by the Decentraland Foundation. So, in fact, that all brings us back to how Decentraland is actually different. So, Decentraland is not the only platform that is experimenting with prospects of using metaverse technology. In fact, if you have already been just hearing a little bit about crypto on your own, you would already know that there are many metaverse projects out there that have already built out the metaverse, and people are already utilizing them as well. But why we talk a little bit more about Decentraland today, which I found was kind of interesting, is because they, unlike some of the projects out there, Decentraland actually, many other companies out there actually use VR technology to offer innovative and engaging virtual world experiences. So the biggest difference between Decentraland and these other VR platforms are the ownership part. So rather than just one particular corporation, Decentraland is under the ownership and governance of their users. So the users actually have the control on where Decentraland can move forward. And I think that will be explained a little bit more by Ellen as well.
That brings us to the end of part 1 of this podcast, and we'll see you guys again next week for part 2. The information contained in or provided from or through this podcast is not intended to be and does not constitute as financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other form of advices. The information in this podcast is general in nature and is not specific to you, the users, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, be it financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented in this podcast without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory. You understand that you are using any and all information shared in this podcast at your own risk. You are solely liable for any losses that you may incur from investing, and in no event shall we be liable for any losses which may be incurred while investing. Trading of cryptocurrencies is highly risky and may not be suitable for the general public. All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own current opinions and do not reflect the opinions of ABCC. Participants' opinions are based upon information they consider reliable. ABCC does not warrant the completeness or accuracy of such information and should not be relied upon as such.